got no impression. This town is made by limitation, wanting your sensation. In this silly generation, I wanna rage my dream. Never stop 止まりたくない犠牲になった愛が倍してもビッグ目指して Sweet the one が Sweet Big Big 原告音はそっちシフたちは道へかろう Cause I'm never gonna stop to trick my dream
以なモチベーション全てのシミュレーション逃げてみたってどこでもセーフティーゾーン何かを手に入れて何かを忘れてく世界が壊れても変わらない
Never slow down コンマ0 1秒でノックダウン余韻の公式へて Go to the next sound 誇り舞う敗者地に這ういくつだけの野良キたち邪魔くさいからしかとしていこうストリーカー去っていくストリートの向こう Something that you know
Pleasure dream 時を駆け抜けてゆく風も光満ちてゆく Pleasure dream 待っていることだけを You the wind 忘れないでいてPleasure dream 続く果てない道を愛も過去も振り向かず吹けるあなた輝
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Okay, 1 second here. Alright, starting a local recording. So, basically I found out the other day that YouTube compression has really taken another hit as I redo my back brace. It's gotten even worse, like pathetically worse. And Twitch VODs are usually okay, but they're a little bit grainy. You take that and then you transfer it over to the new algorithm that YouTube is using. It just destroys the video. It just becomes pretty much wholesome and unwatchable. It's just blurry crap. So I found if I do a offline local recording and upload that instead as my archive, the video quality majorly improves. It's still getting crushed by YouTube, but it's not as blurry, it's not as crappy looking. It doesn't look like you're watching it from a potato from like on a 56K stream from 1999. So it's like, okay, this is better. So we're doing that. I am exhausted. I am very tired. I've been up all day doing all sorts of crazy crap. But I wanted to do some streaming today. Do some Streets of Rage 4 in specific. This looks pretty good. So let's get the music going on this. You put this in windowed mode and it puts it something ridiculously small. Like I had to stretch the screen out to be 720. It's like, okay, let's actually make it so I can see what I'm doing now. That'd be great. Yeah, they definitely like partnered up with Potato Vision or McDonald's Potato Wi-Fi. I'm not sure what it is, but it's pretty bad. So yeah, story mode, arcade. Screw you. Play the game to unlock it. It's like, really? Come on. So I do have it on Legacy mode. So we got jump, attack, and special. That should be pretty good. Let's see. Let's make that. Let's see. X attack, jump. Yeah, let's see if we change that here to. There we go. That should be good. Yeah, so basically we had to do story mode. I saw the guy who basically is making a 10-player Street Fighter, not Street Fighter, Final Fight. And dude is like legit mentally unhinged. He does some great work, but he's not all there. He picks the wrong fights, let's put it that way. But he was just talking about how much garbage this game is and how, of course, his is better because he's making the 10-player Final Fight and how amazing and good he is. And he's complaining about stuff, and I'm like, you know that it's up to you to control the character, right? It's like you can do all these moves. He was complaining about one of the movesets is launching him into the air and past people. It's like you can control this character in the air. It's like Ling Kurosawa from Alien vs. Predator. It is this character, Cherry. I was messing around her for 20 seconds. I was like, okay, so she's like Ling Kurosawa, basically straight off from Alien vs. Predator arcade game. She's got lots of air maneuverability, lots of skills. You can hop from person to person, lots of cool stuff. And let me know, of course, if I need to rebalance anything, if my audio is off. Hopefully my audio is not off, but if it is, let me know, because it is a brand new game. 10 years have passed since the fall of Mr. X's syndicate. Today's been a peace until now. New crime empire has arisen, corrupting everything good within the city. It's rumored to be led by Mr. X's own children, the Y Twins. Really? Horror detectives Axel Stone and Blaze Fielding join forces with their old friend and daughter, Cherry Hunter, along with Floyd Ariana. I don't know. Apprentice of Dr. Zan from number 3. Hillary's 4 vigilantes stand against the Y Syndicate on the Streets of Rage. One of those things I'm kicking myself is I passed up the opportunity years ago to buy Streets of Rage 3 and Final Fight 3, which are like pretty expensive games. Final Fight 3 is like, last I checked, it was like a $300 game. Streets of Rage 3 was not that expensive, but still up there. Yeah, so she's got like a lot of air maneuverability, double tap moves. One thing you can do with her is a downward hop, like this. You can land on top, change direction. juggle people, recover from throws, land on them, do this. I was like, dude, it's like, he's just complaining because this move would sometimes throw him past people. I'm like, you can change direction in the air, you can hold back, you can do all sorts of crazy things. Hey, Nimix, what's up? Music is a little loud. Alright, let's back that down. Thanks for letting me know. Fighting. Oh my gosh, I forgot the Fighting Force was pitched as Streets of Rage 4. I forgot about that. Okay, let me know what this is. This is a little bit better. I'm not sure. I'm also very happy to report this game is very, very responsive. I have the input latency over performance. Pardon me, what is it here? Yeah, latency over performance on. You turn that off though, it's still like maybe 4 frames. 3-4 frames, probably around 4, I'd say, for your attack to come out, which is perfectly fine. Anything past 4 starts to become a little bit laggy, but this is like super responsive, which is awesome. You can put this on, it just gives you an extra frame advantage, so it's like 3 frames at that point. Oh man, the hitbox is crazy. So here's something cool too I've seen. Oh, screwed up. You can pick up thrown weapons if they bounce off the wall if you time it right. Like so. That is just cool. Oh, knocked out of the air. I'm trying to do fancy stuff. What's the telephone booth doing here? Those are extinct. It says this game is like super combo juggle heavy. Which can lead to a lot of cool stuff, so it's pretty neat. At least with Cherry so far. I haven't really played with anybody else. I just popped her in because I heard the guy complaining about it. The guy's doing a 10-player Final Fight, and I'm like, dude, this is... everything you're complaining about is literally on you. That is not the game. What if I can combo this into somebody and pick it up? That's the next thing. So you can throw it off walls and bounce things. So I'm like, what if you can pick up knives off of like throwing it at people? Let's find out this guy. Come here. Yep. No, except for disappeared. Bummer. Haha! Yeah, exactly. You caught on. I'm proud of you, Ronnie. It's funny because I've seen people complain about this knife guy online, and I understand his hitbox is just way too big. Also, people love to throw. Yep. So you can throw weapons at enemies and pick them up on the rebound. That is just awesome. Is that the popcorn, Riku? Sushi ramen? Yep. Good old sushi ramen. He's got lots of crazy videos like that. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out like if they have other moves. So you got like the dash, like that. Drunk driver. You hear that, or you thought it was gonna hit 88 miles an hour? See some crazy shit before that happened. Hit the wall. Now, the other thing you'd see me on like a webcam is just like me staring vacantly into space, complaining about video games. Okay, so this car can seemingly take damage. Me just using a webcam would be crazy enough. Oh, that was different. Not sure what that does, but okay. Yeah, I'm not the yell at my cat, get drunk, throw shit, yell at my cat again, accuse several members of my chat of having small genitalia, no doubt. And just berate them constantly, then wonder why they just don't come back to the stream anymore. Why nobody likes them. That's just me, though. I mean, that's just wild speculation about a possible another streamer that you may not have heard of. Ooh, that's a home run. Okay. What if I do this? Where are these pipes coming from? Is this man's superpower? Is like he can create pipes? Now, I'm not to say I've never streamed inebriated, because technically I'm inebriated all the time. Okay, so you can do Chun-Li multiple hops. Sweet. That's his own kink. I'm not gonna kink shame him for that. I'm gonna presume it's a kink, but for him. For a streamer who will not be named. What's up, dude? What's up? Hey, wanna come over here? Come this way? I got some sweet moves. I got some cool dance moves. You like my cool kicks? I call this one the Super Elaine. And I see you have your twin brother here. Dude, I had a thing going. Yeah, I've actually been late a couple times. Allegedly. Okay, so that's kind of like a back elbow, back attack. Okay, so I'm still like experimenting with different moves, so... Alright, so if you do jump and then tap up and attack, you get this move. Which is a good, like, kind of get-off-me move, if you can wing it. That's just basically your downward stop. If you hit attack and then down, you get that jump stop. And then from there you can either change direction, you can keep going forward to go past them onto somebody else, or backwards. You can land on top of them to do striking attacks. All sorts of fun stuff. So this character is like highly mobile. And it looks like to pick things up, you have to have it near your left foot, your back foot. It's like right here. Nope, it picked up there. Never mind then. Yeah, so picking up stuff is a little wonky. Well, hello there, Diva. Here, you catch it. Like right there, you can, that was awesome. It moved, you know, got out of the way, did stuff. Pretty neat stuff. Yeah, the early reveal put off a lot of people. And then because it was like early, the shading wasn't completed, like the shading engine wasn't done yet. So it looked like really garish. And even now, the art style is kind of a little bit off, to be honest, because it's like you have more detailed characters, but the backgrounds are not as detailed. Okay, so that's only local. It does not go wider area. So like the art style is still like, the characters are more detailed than the backgrounds, but it's not bad. I mean, we got the shading engine in place and stuff. It's like people don't realize that like there is shading on the cell stuff here, like depending on your light sources. Okay, so that's just gonna hit no matter what, get out of the way. It's not a bad game. I mean, it's like, to be honest, this does not, at least this character, does not feel like a Streets of Rage game. It really doesn't. So this feels more like an Alien vs. Predator with this character, just because she's like Lin Kurosawa, who is like highly mobile and able to balance in more acrobatic stuff. And it looks like you're just gonna have like, it's kind of like, it just seems more like that style where you just have the heavier bruiser type characters. You have the more acrobatic, agile ones. It just screams that game by a lot. Wow, that just stays up forever. Yeah, it's like, that is not cool. That is not how you treat that guitar. You are not a rock star. Oh, she can hit you out of that. Okay. There we go. Keep trying to do fancy stuff. If you play this character, you just want to keep doing like weird, like hoppy jump stuff. It's fun. But I got the D. Cherry got the D. That sounds inappropriate. I'm not taking it back, though. First time with Cherry. There you go, Ronnie. First time. Okay, so what does this do? Change players. So we have Axel. Looks like he's been hitting the gym and football line or something there. He got really bulked up. Blaze, and we also have Floyd, who looks like the major heavy hitter but super slow. So place your bets now. Who should it be? Yeah, Axel's got like super thick. I mean, he was always in shape and buff in the other games, but it's like he looks like he just like, you know, he added like another 100 pounds on top of him. All right, Axel it is.
Back in the fight.
Now Divas tells us what's going on in the city. Well, if he's on steroids, tells us what's going on in the city. They control everyone and everyone. And one man who could help you, Superman, or some guy in Chinatown. This reminds me of Streets of Rage Remake, where they added a story mode. Well, actually, 3 had a story mode to it. Was I just sleeping there and like in the middle of this police station or jail cell and people just showed up? Yeah. Kill Axel Stone, that's nice. I have my own graffiti. Okay, so that's his... He's got the downward knee. He is a lot slower. I mean, like, Cherry is, like, super mobile. Pardon me, but... Back attack. As expected. No dash. So, Cherry can dash, Axel cannot. Yeah, that would set off some alarms, dude. Yeah, Axel does not play like normal. He is like, if you played any of the other Streets of Rage, aka Bare Knuckle games, this is not really a Streets of Rage game. It's fun. It's a good beat 'em up. I'm having fun with it, but it just doesn't feel like Streets of Rage at all. But it's fun though, I recommend it. I mean, it's fast and responsive. That was like my biggest thing with, what was it, River City Girls. It was just like how terrible the input delay was in that game. The Switch version of River City Girls was 8 frames delay input, and the PC version was 4. It was like this, it was about 4 or 5 and more responsive. This is like 3. Oh gosh, what was that game? What was it? No. It's not Renegade. It's Guardians of the Hood is what this is, Ronnie. It's a remake of Guardians of the Hood. They didn't think people would get that reference, so they said, you know, let's make a Streets of Rage. People understand that. Barney, you should stop. Or Pit Fighter 2. Was there a Pit Fighter 2? I don't think there was. Oh crap, I can't walk backwards. I needed that taser. Add 1 life, score divided by 2. 2 lives, 1 star. Score divided by 10, damn.
Axel Stone.
Yeah, Guardian of the Hoods was, if it was designed as a sequel to Pit Fighter, if that's serious, wow. Okay, so I need that taser because one of the big things that was leaked really early is like, how do you get to the secret boss fights and levels and stuff, and you need that taser. And apparently, if you walk off screen, you cannot go back, so... How's the boss? I don't know. Tony Danza seems to be okay. Last I heard, he was teaching, so... And enjoying his life being a teacher. Okay, cool. You can... Is that a cross-up? No. Yeah, you can. You can cross-up. So I decided, like, I can kick him forward, or I can kick him backwards. Kick him into the group. So you have some fighting game cross-up mechanics here if you want. So this game just reeks to me of Alien vs. Predator more than anything else. It's a little bit more bouncier, combo heavier, like for juggles, by far. And it just has that feel. It doesn't have like the hidden moves like you did in Alien vs. Predator, but that's seriously what that reminds me most of. If you see any persons acting suspiciously in this area, please sound the alarm. Okay. Alright, I also changed around more stream settings last night, so let me know if everything's still looking okay, or if you're buffering, anything like that, let me know. Okay, so you can set that up for easy juggle. Fine as far as you can tell. Okay, perfect. Because I found the best stream quality is I'm running at 5,000 I think right now, bitrate. Yeah, bitrate's 5,000. If I can run 5,500, then that like gives you like super sharp on both the Twitch VOD and also just offline too. So. But that's like a little bit too high. 6,000 is like really pushing it. 5,500 is comfortable. Alright, dude. Come with me. Yes, that's part of my plan. Come over here. There it is. Alright. So, pick up the taser, see this arcade game. Zappy zappy. That takes you into secret boss fights. Against Jack from Streets of Rage 2, complete with pixelization and, faux pixelization and scan lines. Too bad it's not Streets of Rage 2 music. It would have been cool if it switched to like a Streets of Rage 2 music style there, but oh well. Okay, so they gave you a item you can beat up. Load full of cash. There we go. I was like, pick it up. So that's something that needs to definitely be patched in this game is like picking up items. It's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you pick them up, sometimes you don't. Ooh, Future Cop. These little shields up here don't do. No. He needs something futuristic. Okay, so I don't think I can cross this dude up. No. And I can't get out of range. Okay, so I gotta do lane techniques. This is another game I was really wanting to play for the longest time, and I never streamed. I don't know why I didn't. Was Streets of Rage Remake, which was like the unofficial 4. It was people made this fan version that combined like all the aspects of all the Streets of Rage, like 1, 2, 3, and put them together in a free game and released it out. And it's like it had branching story paths and like all the characters. It's a lot of fun. And Sega shut it down for a little bit and then kind of went, you know what, we're not doing anything with the property. We're going to stop DMCAing people stuff. Just, here we go, have fun with it. And that's when they changed their corporate attitude, like just stop DMCAing things and taking down fan projects. So that one you can still find online and download for free and try it out. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Some high quality H2O. Okay, they're done taking each other out. Oh, I thought I could get rid of him before it changed color. There we go. Yeah, Cherry just has like a lot more combo potential, and I feel like I picked like the best character first by accident, just because of the guy who's making the 10-player final fight was complaining about this game, and he was completely wrong. But yeah, Axel's all right, but Cherry just seems like I had the most fun with her so far. Blaze used to be a lot of fun, so we'll try her next for sure. Okay, so I'm trying to like grab this guy and just close down another arcade machine or something around here. So this game has 2-player. It does like 4. I think you can do 4-player local and 2-player online. But the online multiplayer I've heard is like atrocious. Oh, one hit away. Alex Murphy? Is that Alex Murphy? Hit the shotgun. We're ready to hand him. Yeah, so online for this is atrocious. No rollback netcode, delay based, and it's like the worst. Speaking of online, EVO's been canceled this year. The Big Humongous Fighting Tournament in Las Vegas. It's been canceled because of the plague. Well, not too far off. Pandemic, really. But, so basically what they're doing is they're saying, we're going to have it all online now this year. But here's the thing with that, is that every single game that they have does have netcode. But there's a problem with that, is that they're all, like, 8 of the 9 games are delay-based netcode, which are terrible. Which is basically, if you don't know the difference between delay or rollback is, everything, even rollback code has even like rollback has delay to it. So with rollback, it tries to keep it all synced. So if you're playing with somebody else there and it's like you don't get the response back from the other side in time, like it's kind of hard to describe. Let me just link out a quick video for it. Describes it really well. It's actually by the Call of Duty people. Actually, Killer Instinct rollback. It's kind of hard to describe, but basically it's like if you don't get, like, you both have your input sent to each other. If you don't get it, the computer makes a guess of, okay, well, based on previous things here, what we think is going to happen next, this will happen, and it starts the whole action start going. Then when it catches up the information, it may roll back a frame or two and actually input in what is correctly given to you by the other side. As a result, it seems like it doesn't feel like you're playing across the internet. You don't have that huge delay unless you have, like, really garbage internet, and you're able to play just fine. GGPO is what it's known there. Fightcade uses it. Fightcade 2 as well. Garou, Mark of the Wolves has it. Skullgirls famously has it. Street Fighter V has a version of it that didn't work right. Killer Instinct has the best rollback netcode I've ever played, ever. It's amazing. I mean, I actually played a guy in Korea, and it felt like he was sitting next to me. It was outstanding. Couldn't tell where I was playing online at all. But this game is, like, delayed. So EVO, 8 out of the 9 games are delay based, and they are atrocious. So we're gonna have people from all around the world playing games against each other for a tournament, and it's just gonna be terrible. It's gonna be rage quits. People are gonna be cheating, lag switches. They're going to be complaining about losing because of the bad internet. So people are going to be playing on Wi-Fi or McDonald's potato Wi-Fi. It's going to be a disaster. And then you also have a game like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 they're bringing back. They're like, hey, we're bringing back this old classic from 10 years ago. We're going to have it as the mainline game instead of a side tournament. The game's been delisted for 4 to 5 years, which means if you go on your Xbox 360 or your PlayStation 3, you cannot buy it in the store anymore. If you bought it back when it came out, like 2009 or so, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out. I think it was like 2008, 2009 it was out. Delisted around 2011, 2012. You can't buy the game anymore. At all. So how are you supposed to have an online tournament, people entering in, because you were supposed to go there to Vegas and physically play on the machines there, not online. So how can you have a tournament where the game, most people can't even buy it anymore? It's like EVO is going to run into a lot of problems this year. There's going to be plenty of issues. Dude, just open the door. That's wholly unnecessary, Axel. The commish. Okay, so he will throw. You can throw mid-air? Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Wow, he bricked me out to throw the other guy. Oh, give me my food. Thank you. I need my protein. Okay, that's just gonna seek you out. Alright. So how are you supposed to fight this guy if you can't interrupt him? He grabs you out of air. You don't have a dash. You're forced to do a special like that to basically let him through. 1 life? Really? Are you shitting me? This is a 1cc game? Okay. Let's try Blaze.
Bring it on.
Wow, this is brutal. Yeah, so Commissioner, we gotta figure out how to fight because he starts off too far away. You can't. He interrupts all your moves. If even in the middle of animation of fall, like throwing somebody, you don't have throw animations, invincibility apparently. Alright, let's experiment here. Back attack, back sweep. Okay. Pardon me. That's the same. No dash still. So yeah, Cherry seems to be the one to use. Yeah, everybody seems to have like this weird kind of hop back, but let's see if we can control it with her. Yeah, you can still control everything. So if you're in the air and you start these hop attacks, you still have control of your characters. It's like you're not just like forcefully going over. It's like you're not like doomed to constantly like hop away or back away from someone. You can still hold down and go towards them. She's got good reach though, I mean, so far. I'm just wondering if he'd die or... Okay, the game just eventually breaks him out. Okay, she does a major throw damage. Yeah, so if you can get a throw with her, holy crap, that's the way to go. Alright, so that's her pop back. Axel had a cross up. Can I do the same? Not really. Okay, so Axel can do a cross-up. Basically, it's where you hop over, you attack in one direction, and attack the other way. Like that. Yeah, if you're not familiar with it, cross-up is a fighting game term where you basically try to jump over, and the opponent has to block the opposite way, like you're hitting them from like the back almost. Instead of like the front, so they have to reverse direction. Axel could do that, like you do the halp attack, and you could kick him in the back, which would cross him over, or cross him up. So Blaze just still seems to hop out of the way. So Axel has a cross-up, she does not. Original cast cannot dash. Trying to pick up money, it's not going. There we go. Are there like out-of-work plumbers all over the place in this town? I've never understood this. There's like too many pipes. Well, when the plumbing business went south, I just turned to thuggery. They gotta hook up those Mario brothers. Mario, and Luigi Mario. It's a bizarre name. I think the drug dealers, though, they keep talking about mushrooms. The video would be good for people who don't understand their issues in Rocket League. How so? Also, you have a video you're about to post here. I'm kind of lost, to be honest. Unless you're just talking about... Or, oh, are you talking about the rollback code video I put in there explaining how rollback works? I don't think Rocket League has it, but maybe it does. Fightcade, as I mentioned, let's see here. Doesn't have it. I know they added the Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat 10. I know they added that in there for it. So this one here has Fightcade, which we know of. They mentioned that earlier. Street Fighter 2 Online Edition 3. Oh man, Street Fighter 3 by Iron Galaxy. That port, Third Strike Online, that is the best version ever. Street Fighter 5, that's questionable. Skullgirls is great. Killer Instinct is amazing. Pocket Rumble, I don't know what that is. Dive Kick, that's fun. It has it there too. Melty Blood Actress, again, current code was CCC Caster. I have one of those versions. I'm not sure what the other one is there. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, definitely had it. And MKX. And 11 too. So that's an old one. So yeah, the rollback netcode is really cool. It's been around for 10 plus years. And people are now finally starting to, like, wake up to it, though. They're like, hey, wait a minute. It's like, we have all these, like, we've solved the problem with bad netcode for fighting games and video games in general. You have to build your game around it. You can put it into an existing game, like they did that with Mortal Kombat 10. It took, like, 6 months for them to do, because they had to go back and change everything. You just can't drop in rollback netcode into an existing game and say, work. A lot of times it doesn't. So they had to go back. It took them like 6 months for NetherRealm Studios to put that in the MKX. And it worked out fine. Worked out pretty well. But they had the time and resources to do that. But people are finally starting to realize, like, wait a minute. We have all these problems don't need to exist anymore. Why are we still putting up with this shit? And Japan is starting to slowly kind of realize they need to get out of their bubble. Because you had Tekken 7, just came out not too long ago, about 2 or 3 years ago. That's delay-based netcode. Grand Blue Fantasy, that came out just this year. That does not have rollback netcode. It's delayed netcode again. It's garbage. Samurai Showdown has delay-based and one of the worst I've ever seen. I mean, like, we're talking like potato Wi-Fi playing against somebody in Dubai, you know, and you both have, like, a Wi-Fi router that's shorting out, and that's pretty much you know, the new Samurai Showdown game online. Soul Calibur 6, delay based again. It's like, and they're like, well, we don't know. It's like, we tested it. They're like, the companies in Japan are like, we tested it here. It's fine. We don't know what you guys are complaining about. Japan doesn't know what lag is. They have no concept of lag. Unless they're playing somebody in Korea, then it might feel like slight, tiny little bit. But they have, like, internet that's insane. They're downloading 60 megabytes a second, not megabits, megabytes. They are like fiber times a million. You know, it's just, like, ridiculously speed. And they've been like that for 20, 25 years. So for them, delay-based netcode has always worked. It doesn't have a delay because they don't experience lag at all. But when you start getting into countries that are bigger than them, you know, like, even just, like, going from one end of, you know, California, Northern California to Southern California can present problems with delay-based netcode still. So people are finally yelling at them like, put rollback netcode in your fighting games. Put them in all your games that have online components. It's not hard to do. Build it around it. GGPO is free also, by the way. You don't have to pay a license for it. Japanese culture is also, we don't want to take this free stuff. We want to build it our own so that way we can own it. and we're not owing it to everybody else here. We can say we built it ourselves, which is why you have the crappy half-ass implemented version of it in Street Fighter V, which doesn't quite work. It's partial, you know, like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's really wonky. But GGPO is free for everybody to use. That rollback netcode is free. They said, here you go. If you have any questions for trying to get to work for your game, you can contact us directly. We will help you. So there's no excuse. Guilty Gear Strive is coming out later this year. They just had a beta. They said that they're putting rollback netcode into the game, but the beta didn't have it. It'll still delay based. Like, we know it's going to be delayed. We're sorry. The next one will have the rollback code in it. So they heard it because they had like a questionnaire before they started up. They're like, here's the game, Guilty Gear Strive. It's coming out. What do you want to see in the game? And overwhelmingly, they got hit with put in rollback netcode. So they finally listened and said, we're going to do it. It's like, thank you. Because I will be buying it day one just because it's going to have rollback netcode. I like Guilty Gear games. I don't play them on stream really, but I do enjoy them quite a lot. But Rev 2 was, you know, Guilty Gear XR and Rev 2 was a lot of fun. It's a beautiful game, and it's got garbage netcode. It's like, that's why I don't play it. So Strive is changing that around, so they're finally starting to wake up to it. Dragon Ball FighterZ, which I've actually played on stream a couple times, trying to get through the story mode to unlock Android 21, which I still have never did. That has delay based. And again, it's like, why is this a thing? It shouldn't be. It's like when you hear about people dying from polio, it's like, that shouldn't be a thing anymore. But it still happens because people are like, I don't want to get a vaccine. I like to complain about the problem versus fixing it. Yeah, she gets pushed too far away. Yeah, so Streets of Rage, like I said, I'm actually enjoying this game. The Cherry is like the best. I hit gold trying her first, I really did. Whoa, okay, just super delayed him. Yep, so you can throw in midair. That's pretty neat. What's your name, Cop Murphy? If you didn't get that, that was a Fight Club reference. Don't question me on that. Another thing you can do is you can also change the food that shows up in this game. So if you don't like meat coming up, if you're like a hardcore vegan, for example, and meat horrifies the look, you know, like, oh my god, I can't believe they forced you to eat a turkey, you could change it to like tofu or a salad or whatever you want. You could actually do that. I wonder if I can do it from here. Yeah, food. So a small food item. I can change it to a rice ball, onigiri, croissant, onion rings, I'm guessing? Doesn't quite look like donuts. Pizza, looks like tofu squares. Or big bowl of ramen, prime rib. Not sure what that is. Maybe French fries? That's burgered fries. Salad. Yeah, so you can change the food items if that's something you really want to do, or just change it up. Neat little option. Don't really see the use in it, but it gives you just something to mess around with. Alright. Dude, come on. Input read. Okay, I need to look up see how to defend myself against the Commissioner, because I don't want to do this whole stupid level again. Yeah, he's one of the tougher bosses in the entire game, I've noticed, because you gave him unblockable, uninterruptible moves. That's kind of a problem. If he's flashing white without first backing up, that means he's going to throw some mean downward hooks. Back away and let him finish his combo before getting too close to fight him again. You know, if he flashes red, that means he's going to come and grab you, but you can interrupt. So if it's red, which I'm colorblind to, you can interrupt him, apparently. So white, try to get out of the way, hopefully it doesn't track. Red, you could supposedly interrupt. Pardon me, it looks like we dropped 67 frames somewhere along the way. Okay, not bad. Okay, that's just bullshit. Okay, so this is basically a battle of attrition at this point. Wait, what was that? What? How did I do that? Excuse me? Ah, air special, okay. Yeah, so you just gotta, like, have enough lives and cheese them out. Kinda lame. Alright, change players. Let's do Floyd.
Floyd, Araya.
Well, well, well. It's this guy. I finally get to meet the city's finest heroes. I think he might be sarcastic.
Who the hell are you? Where's my booze? Nick Nolte.
Hello, Mr. Y. The dear sister and I are new owners, while you... Well, you've been making quite the mess, to be honest. We're going to make a very generous offer to stop this nonsense. They just carry gold bars everywhere? That's heavy as hell. Please don't be rash. Consider it carefully. So you burn the money, not the gold. Good move. We'll be fine. See? Oh god, now it's an underwater level like Sonic. What have they done? Okay, so looking at my audio readout, and I just remembered right now that there's actually a cool filtering for RTX that I need to look into, that you can actually like filter out things other than your voice. You can actually have like your speakers going, other people walk in the room and talk and they can't hear, like you won't be able to hear anything, just my voice. Like you won't even hear me like tapping on an arcade stick. It's pretty cool stuff. I gotta look into that. And it's free. Okay, so he is slow. He is the power character. And he gets super stunned when hit. Okay, so he doesn't have a dash, but he does have a double tap forward. This is okay. No spinning pile drive or anything. Can I pick these up? No, I cannot. Okay, so he's not too... He's powerhouse, you know, slow guy, but at least he's got something to make up for it. Let's see, what is my special just by itself? Alright, kind of Colossus. Okay, so I just generated green life. Doesn't seem to refill. Just by doing my super, but I'm wondering if I hit somebody first without getting hit, will I get that back? No. Okay, you get it back gradually per hit. Okay. So that's the downside for using supers. It's not an instant death, but you can do some extra damage to it. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so, like I said, so far, Cherry, play with her. You'll have a blast in this game. It's still fun. It's a very competent brawler to begin with, as I've been saying, but... I just can't grab you? There we go. Feels like his combo potential is like really non-existent though. It's like if you just want like simple walk and bash. He's kind of like Max in Streets of Rage 2. But like even slower. It's like this game does not really have an input lag problem, but it feels like it does with this guy. His attack's a little slower. He's got an extra frame animation. He's a little bit slower to start, so he's got some added to him, I would bet. But it's not by any means unplayable. It's just, you know, what they decided to do. Like, how do you make a big character like that feel like he's like powerful but slow. You just give him an extra frame animation or two for all his attacks and wind-ups. And if you don't follow my social media, that's fine. I just have a lot of insanity things to say anyway. I got my Neo Geo Mini. I bought one of those the other day. The very super small arcade machine replica that you can plug into your television. And it arrived today. It cost me like... They were originally selling them, I think last year, I think it was. They came out with it for like $100. Questionable game choices, but the international version was on sale in the States for $30. And since I have Amazon Prime, it was like free shipping, so I was like, okay, so that's what I did. Okay, that's pretty cool. Not that strong though, but pretty cool. So that showed up. It's going to sit on my shelf and never be opened. It's a neat little collector's thing. If you've never seen it, just Google it. You'll see exactly what it is, but my big thing about it, I didn't like the game selection for the most part, because you got weird stuff. Like you have Metal Slug 2, which I own on my MVS, my actual Neo Geo arcade machine, okay? That game was broken. They did the coding wrong. It runs, got a super massive slowdown, does not run right. So then they came out with an updated version called Metal Slug X, which is the same game as Metal Gear Slug 2, but with some of the code corrected so the game runs faster, like the original did. There's not nearly as much slowdown. It's still a problem, but it's better. For the Neo Geo Mini, they put Metal Slug 2 and Metal Slug X on there. If you have the better version of X that doesn't, of the same game, that doesn't have all the major crippling slowdown, why would you play the busted version? It's like you can play the patched version of, like Street Fighter, or let's say the Ubisoft games, they're all garbage. Assassin's Creed 3, or you can play the unpatched version that will throw on the same disc here, where the game crashes like every 2 seconds you look at it. It's like, why would you even have that be an option? Well, hello, mistress. A spike wall? It sure is. This guy's been buffed up. He's been tanked up, okay. She should have been like the second level boss. It wouldn't have made sense for her to be in a police station, I guess, but... Change players. We're going back to Cherry. We're gonna have some fun.
Cherry Hunter.
Oh my. Oh my indeed. Now that hurts. I think she likes it though. It would hurt even more if you were to... Crash! Oh no, it's Speed 2! If anyone ever saw that abortion of a movie. Old Pier. Mobility! Oh, it feels so good. Okay, I was not expecting that to hit. Come on, game. There we go, I was trying to dunk somebody into the hole. Oh, don't you dare, damn it. I don't know, this whole boardwalk is... I've seen better ones. Plus OSHA violating ones, too. Come on. Come on. Alright, fine. Okay, there's an arcade, so there should be a taser showing up soon, hopefully. Bare Knuckle, which is what the game was called in Japan. I think it was called that also... I'm not sure. I don't think it was called that in Europe, but Bare Knuckle is what the series is called in Japan for sure. And Bare Knuckle 3 has been greatly, has been considered to be the best one. I mean, 3 was a lot of fun in the States, but they screwed up in localization. They actually made the game harder. There was really weird palette changes, like Axel's shirt, which had always been white, was suddenly changed to yellow. It's like, why did this happen? You know? Come on. Alright, who we fight now? Oh no. Zamza. He's also from Streets of Rage 2. So I'm wondering if every single hidden boss is going to be from Streets of Rage 2 at this point, really. Alright. It's like, you jump too far, instant death. What? I will say this about the soundtrack though, it's no stolen music from Streets of Rage 2. I mean, it definitely has like some house vibes. Koshiro, I know, was like brought in to like kind of like consult on it, but I mean, like, if you want to know like how well that kind of goes, like when he doesn't have music to steal from other people, or excuse me, be influenced by, it's like he really isn't that great of a composer by himself. He's competent, but he's not like major stuff like creative on his own. He has to be in, you know, like basically hear other people's stuff and go, how do I can take that and make it mine? The best case of that is like Streets of Rage 3. That was like, he didn't like use any known club music at that time like he did for 1 and 2, and it like, it was, you could really tell. Estel. Alright then. Oh no. So I thought she was from number 1. That was the special move in number 1. Like, if you did your special move, you call in the cop car would come rising into any stage. Guy would shoot a bazooka out there, and a ring of circles would come down to like a flame of circle of flames. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Come out, kill everybody, but you. It was kind of neat. So I like that they brought that back for this. Okay, so she will have priority on any air attack. It just seems like really weird that like your attacks don't have like move invincibility, like especially like during throws and stuff. Alright, viewer's choice. Who should I play as now here? I mean, we've done through everybody here so far, but I'll let anyone who's watching choose. Choose wisely. Well is not a character. Would that be Blaze? Her? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Alright, Blaze it is. Let's blaze it up. Won't get away that easily. This lady, can't she see the syndicate is behind this? I'm sure she can. Shut it, you broke the law. It's my duty to put you in jail, or you broke the law. I am the law. Central requesting backup. Send everything out. Wait this time. Get ready. Ooh, is that Alex? I think it's Alex. Or what's the name? He wasn't the first one in like the Never Been any other one. Adam. Adam was it. Adam's his name. Yeah, Adam was in the first game, and then he was like never in any other Streets of Rage game, which is a shame. Yeah, take Aerith. So you mentioned like you like her design the other day, like, and I was trying to think about it. Aerith's design is like very 90s. I know the game came out like 1997, but the thing is though, it's like she's wearing a dress and like combat boots. It's kind of like grunge, you know? It's like, I was thinking about it, it's kind of like grunge style almost, like a little bit, and it was the 90s. So let's try Adam, just because we unlocked him, then we'll go back to Blaze, but he's new, so let's give him a try.
Let's call you a time traveler, and I'm slapping you to the middle of next week. Adam Hunter. Daddy's gotta go to work. Adam Hunter. I'm Hunter, and you're the prey. Adam Hunter. Let's call you a time traveler, and I'm slapping you to the middle of next week.
Okay, what does Floyd say?
I got bombs in these arms.
Or I'm the bomb daddy?
These guns are ready. How are you? I got bombs in these arms. These guns are ready. How are you?
I'm no daddy's girl. Cherry Hunter. I'm no daddy's girl. Cherry Hunter. I'm no daddy's
Okay, she's got two phrases.
Bring it on. Blaze Fielding. Bring it on.
Matt Damon!
Blaze Fielding. Bring it on.
Back in the fight. Axel Stone. Back in the fight. Axel Stone.
Okay, so Adam has like the most phrases out of everybody to pick so far. Let's give him a shot, then we'll go back to Blaze.
Adam Hunter.
Saw that. Skip it. Pretty fast jab. Need back attack. He's got a charge. Or everybody has a charge and I didn't know about it. He's got a fast step at least. Oh, okay, that's awesome. I'll put you right behind him. Yeah, Adam's kind of cool so far. He's kind of like, in my opinion, what Axel should have been. Axel's just like straightforward, like I'm just gonna punch people, but he doesn't have like any real like moveset like to move him fast or anything special really. Okay. Good to know. That will just put it right where you are. Yeah, so Alex is like, or I keep calling him Alex. I've always called him Alex for years. I don't know why. Adam is like very grounded. Everyone else kind of takes to the air or bounces back, and like with him, he's staying put. He's not really going anywhere. Yeah, so he's like very anti-movement, kind of like he'll take the hits and stuff, but he's not bouncing back or anything weird. Okay, very linear. Make sure to have him close, or at least directly in front. Jump! That is a cool combo. I was like, okay, he's punching it. Maybe I can do that. Maybe there's something in there. Nope. Yeah, so Adam he's not too bad. I mean, he'd be like my second pick on top of Cherry. Cherry is like, she's weaker, but high mobility, of course, as I keep talking about. Adam would be definitely a second pick, in my opinion, to play this game with so far. I don't know who else gets unlocked. Maybe we'll see Shiva again. Okay, there's an arcade game. probably right in the middle of a battlefield too, where it can probably get damaged, unfortunately. Okay, just
Sword strike!
did it get? Nope. Okay, there's the taser. I'm like, yeah, these are all bosses from Streets of Rage 2. I would have liked to have seen like maybe some 1 or 3 thrown in there, but it is what it is. It's the Ultimate Warrior, but not because of copyright.
Sword strike!
Maybe pick that up now. Hey, it's Rue! He was a secret unlockable character you could use in Streets of Rage 3. He had a handler, and so, like, if you beat up the handler but didn't kill Rue, like, if you didn't beat him up all the way and knock him out, you would actually unlock him as a playable character, so you could play it as a kangaroo in the game. So that's pretty cool to see. Music's like, yeah, you're supposed to go. Can't hit him, okay. It's like, maybe there's a way to get him? No. This guy was also from Streets of Rage 2, but he wasn't a boss, I don't believe. I remember Barbon being a boss, but I remember characters like him. Just hit with a motorcycle engine. No biggie.
Sword strike!
Okay, apparently I have 2 different supers. Yay! Alright. Change players, we're going back to Blaze now, unless somebody else unlocks.
Blaze building.
Vroom vroom. This is a hang-on segment, please. Chinatown. Nope, and we got the motorcycle. That's a shame. Is that a boomerang? It is. Try pick it up like the like in the Road Warrior or Mad Max 2, like cuts off your fingers. I don't think you can pick this one up. Yeah, it doesn't seem like this is the only weapon you can't really. You can't catch on rebound. Okay, unless you throw it against the wall, then you can't pick it up. Interesting. Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. Okay, so she does have double tap forward moves. Apparently everybody does. I just wasn't paying attention to it. And you can combo it. Raphael, you forgot your Sai! And Muay Thai boxer, I think he was in the third game he started showing up. Yeah, so this is like kind of like one of the complaints I've heard about this game, and I would kind of agree with it. Is you have more detailed character models than you do on the background. I mean, the background doesn't look that great right now. It was kind of like pre-visualization sketches, like here we go, where this is our working concept for how we want the stage to look. You're like, are you going to refine it so it matches the rest of the characters? No. We shipped the game last week. It's not that bad. I mean, I've seen far, far worse, but yeah, it's kind of an odd choice to really do that. I mean, your character stands out more this way, but it just seems like they could have just put more work into it, really. I mean, obviously they were fans of the Streets of Rage series. I mean, that's not being debated, but it just seems like it should have been a little bit more to it. Yes, everyone! Knife to meet you. We're hacking away. Hey, it's Willis. Tifa looks different in this version of the game. Is it breast reduction surgery? No, they're actually about the same. Actually, yeah, Blaze would be a little bit smaller. So what I found funny is that people were complaining on the remake, like, they reduced Tifa's breast size. I'm like, guys, she's already like an F. It's like, she's wearing a sports bra already, and they're pretty large. It's like, they're like, well, they're not as big as the original. I'm like, you mean her 2 polygon breasts? They're just like big giant triangles? It's like, trust me, they're large enough, guys. If that's the one thing you're getting upset is that Tifa doesn't have, like, she's not carrying around her chest in a wheelbarrow, and they gave her a sports bra. Because trust me, if you were that big, you would want one yourself. It's like, then you really don't have an argument to stand on. Also, T-Wallace, hope you're doing well, buddy. Overworked you are. Yeah, T-Bar has back issues from the drawings people make her. No kidding. I don't think she has them like without it. Trust me. I have some large equipped ladies in the family and have dated one before in the past. And it was like, it's not comfortable. Like, you could see, like, the one girl I dated, like, you could see where her bra was like digging into her shoulders. And she's like, would you get mad if I ever got breast reduction surgery? I'm like, no. God no, just do it. It's like, if it makes you feel better, it makes your back stop hurting, you know, all these other problems, do it. 99 degrees, yeah, it's getting hot. I mean, of course, you're around the Phoenix area, so it's gonna get to like 115 pretty quick. Yeah, so there's like no move invincibility in this game at all, which is a rather odd choice. '86. Ooh, it was like 70. I want to say like 72, 73 here today. Probably not that high. Maybe 70. It was really nice. Oh, hello there. Okinawan Kung Fu, not Kung Fu Karate. As a person who knows Okinawan Karate, I should have pointed that out, but no, I screwed that up. Last night. Yeah, I don't know what's been getting down to. I think it's been down to like around 40 or so here at night usually. Okay, so if you're straight line, yeah, made pork. I mean, okay, so you cook pork carnitas. Jeez, I'm all over the place today. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. Used a canned Dr. Pepper slow cooking. Yeah, Dr. Pepper is really good for slow cooking meats. I mean, it gives it a distinct flavor without being too sweet. It's one of those things like you taste it like, and if you don't know what it is, like, what is this flavor? It's like Dr. Pepper. Do the same thing with Coca-Cola, but Dr. Pepper gives that kind of like extra little spice to it. Yeah, I made tortillas today. There's always a fun story and a half there, because it's something I haven't done in a while. I'm sure my cousins in Mexico were very proud of me. Retro Ray, she would have added whiskey, bourbon, and vodka. No, that would be Sarah Lee. I think her name was Sarah Lee. It's either Sarah or Sandra. Yeah, Sandra Lee. She is the one who had this famous little quip right here. She was something of an alcoholic.
2 shots of vodka.
Okay, so apparently her shot glass is
2
a mug,
shots of vodka.
coffee mug, quarter bottle.
2 shots of vodka.
Yeah, she's a lush. And she did that for like every single alcoholic drink she'd ever make on that show. She would just floor it in there. Oh, I raised up my desktop volume, let me lower it down. Let me know if I need to readjust it down lower. I had to turn it up for that little YouTube clip. That bad boy. Yeah, so, no, that's it. That's the netcode explained. That wasn't the right one. Here we go. So, there's this crazy guy, Japanese guy. I love his channel, Sushi Ramen. His name's Riku. He just basically, like, builds crazy crap and destroys his apartment and whatever. He actually got a warehouse now, so he doesn't destroy too many things, but the video concept was like, you know, if you make popcorn, you're too lazy to eat it there, just lay on the ground and shoot it in your mouth with a compressor, just shoot it in the air and have something land. And he had to go to, like, absurd lengths to finally get one kernel to, like, land into his mouth. It was like, you know, 5 or 6 bags worth of popcorn popped into a giant cannon. So he said, like, let's just do it the easy way and just shoot it directly into my face. He's like, I want to make sure I get hit.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, non si torno delle vele turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tocino d'amor.
Like what he did was he built himself a gigantic, like, it was a way to wake himself up in the morning. He's like, well, alarm clocks don't quite work for me, so, you know, he built like a bunch of like foam hammers to start smashing the crap out of them. It was like, you know, it was like start hitting like 6 or 7 hammers. He had to, like, he couldn't get out of it. Like, he had to try to crawl away from all these hammers. Like, you know, they weren't real hammers, but like foam hammers, like pummeling them. Oh yeah, he's got lots of videos. Definitely check it out. Like, not every one of his videos have English subtitles, however, which is, you know, for me it's not a problem, but for you or anyone who doesn't speak Japanese would be an issue. Like I said, when I watch those, I really can't read anything, but yeah, it's just like he's got a lot of fun stuff. I definitely recommend checking out his back catalog. Let's see. Let's put this back up. Let me know if I need to readjust the game audio again. I just love doing that. Just like throwing a weapon into a guy and picking it up. Oh my god. This guy has a crazy hitbox to begin with. You give him the longest weapon. typical match game with Charles Nelson Riley. Those people in some of those fill-in blanks got pretty suggestive. Oh, you better believe it. A lot of those things were like highly suggestive. Normally, if you throw a katana at somebody, it's not going to bounce back. Usually, unless you've done it horribly wrong. Alright, Blaze is down. Good. I'm gonna go back to cheering. I'm gonna have some fun. Practicing karate, she just attacks for no reason. I don't know, it's like Streets of Rage. I think it's like basically your character's rage problems. I mean, they're just minding their own business, you know, in the dojo, and you're just going on kicking butt. Alright, so give me a minute. I need to go upstairs. Need to grab a drink. I'm getting very dry mouth. I will be right back. We'll put on the BRB screen. Let's put on some music. Let's put on some good music. I have bad music. I put on the Shags, but then you'd never come back and I'd be sad. Yeah, here we go. I played this early. Let's play some Rage Your Dream by Move. BRB.
I got no impression. This town is made by limitation. Wanting your sensation. In this silly situation, I wanna rage my dream.
I got no impression プレイの感情ぼかしも入れすぎ街中はインテンションリアルを求めて高ぶるあなたが近くに寄らないほど熱くなる Feel your frustration あなたの叫びを Taste your vibration 震えるほどに感じてる Raise your dream 時を駆け抜けてゆく風も光満ちてゆく Raise your dream まで言いたいことだけを Feel the wind 忘れないでいて Raise your dream 続く果てない道を愛も過去も振り向かず行けるあなた輝いている Raise your dream 今も生きている
My vibe, think you got to be one and self そん他人は介在しない Never stop 止まりたくない規制になった愛が倍しても Big 目指す Street the one the street Big 原告音はそっちシフトちは道へかの Cause I'm never gonna stop Street my dream
easy なモチベーション全てのシミュレーション逃げてみたってどこでもセーフティーゾーン何かを手に入れて何かを忘れてく世界が壊れても変わらない Peace be しゃ誰の手にさえ負えない激しい夢時間さえも今超えてく Raise your dream 風の中で眩しく叫ぶあなた夢たちと Raise your dream 炎止まるくらいに I can feel 強く感じてる Raise your dream 闇を浴びせいてゆく Like I speak to the beat 世界中の凍えきった夜を消してく Raise your dream 道を開いてく
Getting down another round Never slow down コンマタン1秒でノックダウン余韻の 残し消えて Go to the next sound 誇り舞う敗者地に這ういくつだけの野良君たち邪魔くさいからしかとしていこうストリーカー去ってゆくスイートの向こう Something that you know
レジョン時を駆け抜けてゆく風も光満ちてゆくレジョン待っていることないけどゆでに忘れないでいてレジョン続く果てない日も愛も過去も振り向かず吹けるあなた輝いているレジョン今を生きている
Alright, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Made it back almost in 5 minutes, just about. Adjust my back brace. Open that can of sweet Dixie champagne. What? Coca-Cola? It's actually Coke Zero. Real Coke. Oh man, I drink diet soda. Not all the time. But, like when I'm not drinking diet soda, it's usually water. But you get used to drinking diet soda, and then you have like real sugar Coke, or any sugar, carbonated soda, Coke Pop, whatever you want to call it. It is like you don't realize how sweet that stuff is. It's like, holy cow. Alright, here we go. Back to change character.
Cherry Hunter.
So needless to say, since I'm streaming today, I'm extremely exhausted. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I will probably just be completely out of it, but we'll be going back to Final Fantasy VII Remake, hopefully with not so much rage as there was last time. Last stream was like, Chapter 11 was so broken, just made me so angry. That's right, it's like, I think like, she didn't have like a double attack forward, it's like, that's what this is. God, I hate those guys. Francis. He's got a cool throw though. Okay, get in the corner. I want one of these guys to stay in the corner. I'm wondering like how many times I can try to hop on him, because I did that on the boss earlier. Yeah, so the like infinite hop seems to only be in the corner with her. So if not, you just get that like redirection. cool. No problem. And just like that, a fully cooked turkey falls out of a wok. Yeah, these guys need a hitbox fix. This character, when he starts running with a knife... Okay, so you will not do your flying attack if you have a weapon in your hand with this character. Got it! And game went flying somewhere. Working all day in your home business. So hopefully they'll be seen on Monday, fingers crossed. I mean, if it's local mail, I mean, it's throughout the state, it should only take like a day or two, usually. Try to think everything is ready as quickly as possible. Yeah, hopefully you get like a lot of just, you know, offers coming right in. I mean, that is the hope for it, at least. They're like, nah, I just do it for fun. I forgot to even put in my contact information. Which I've seen people do before on business cards. Like, here's my business card. I'm like, where's your phone number? They're like, oh shit. I'm like, are you wondering why no one's ever given you business? It's like, no address, no phone number, no website, nothing. They're just like, here I am, I'm a contractor. Well, how do I get a hold of you? Yeah, so you're sending the mail to school. That's right. I was thinking more of like residential, personal. So, yeah, for like home mail, usually a day or two. Most people get it there, but for school, they gotta sift through all of it there. Yeah, that could be a little bit longer. I can see that for sure. Now that you point that out, I definitely agree. Yeah, but you have like a way to get in contact with you, though. I mean, you're gonna have a website, you're gonna have an email, something, some way for people to contact you. I've literally been handed on more than one occasion a business card for a person's business that didn't have any of that. They're just like, I'm a contractor, or I do art, or whatever. Here's the name of my business. No address, no website, no email, no phone number, no map on the back. I mean, I've seen ones like that will have like their map on the back, like here's the local map and here's the address, things like that. But sometimes people, when they're doing this stuff, I mean, 9 out of 10 businesses fail the first year, and you can understand why with some people. It's like, it's happened like at least a couple times. Like I went to an alpaca trade show that used to be the family business, and I got a couple of them there too. Like people were like, here's my farm. It's like, well, you know, here's my business card. I'm like, well, thank you. I'm throwing it right in the trash. It's like, you don't have any information. I'm not hunting you down, dumbasses. If you want to come, you buy from me. Here's my business card, which has my phone number on it and my website. You know, there you go. You know, South Haven, Michigan. And here's how you get in contact. Phone number, fax, email. Yeah, home businesses are quite a lot of work. I mean, as you are no doubt aware. But a lot of people just don't really, like, you've never had like a business before, and like you're outside looking in, a lot of people don't realize like how much work it really is that you have to devote to it. It is a full-time job. You don't really get days off. You can, but then you're like people like HD Retrovision are like, oops, we forgot to actually make enough stuff that people can buy our products for. We're gonna take like a year off just so we can work on development, and we're not gonna sell anything in the meantime. It's like, well, how are you still in business then? You gotta be on 24/7. Yeah, so that guy has air invincibility. Got it. Oh, see for that time. Nope. Streets of Murder. Like, I took out Donovan. I know, I can take this guy for sure. I believe in me. Who's throwing away whole briefcases full of cash? Okay, so things that need to be improved in this game. One, you need some kind of hit invincibility for certain things. Definitely throws, you really need to have it. Blaze and Axel need to have some kind of dash move because they don't have it, which makes me not want to play with them at all. Like I said, Adam is a better... It's basically what Axel should have been. I mean, by far, by just the default. It's what he used to be, like, especially in the original game, and Streets of Rage 2 at least, by far. They also need to fix the picking up items on the ground. It is highly consistent, with the exception of a lot of weapons you can pick them up, but health items and money drops, it's inconsistent. Sometimes you're standing right over it and you'll pick it up. Sometimes it has to be by your back foot. Sometimes it's your right foot. It's just all over the place. So this game does need a little more work, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's I still recommend this if you're looking for a good beat 'em up game. This is not bad. It's very juggle heavy. A lot of characters will bounce you away from where you need to be, however. So I mean, like right now, I was trying to pick that up, took the third try. Excuse me, a third try to get it. But it's like Cherry and Adam are like the best characters to use, in my opinion. How much scripting can I do? Almost none. The only programming I've ever really taken was SQL, MySQL, and some basic. That was it. So it's like I have like no coding experience, like outside of those things. My brother does like coding and stuff. It's like, nope, I can't do it. My dad's like, your brother does it. Why don't you just do it? Because you're good at languages. I'm like, it's just too abstract for me to do. You know, IT and stuff like that is easier for me by far. It's like, here, what do you need to do? Set this up? No problem. This isn't working. How do you get it working? No problem. I can figure this out here too. But when you say, here, build a database or build a program that does this, I'm like, I will spend like half the day going, where do I start? Do I start doing this? Or like, how, you know, like, that was my biggest problem for SQL. They're like, okay, build a database where you can have two different tables talk to each other, like if you're like a retail store, so you can have things carry over like a shopping cart and then check inventory base and things like that, you know, if it's in stock. So you're having all these different tables and groups there, and then it's like, okay, now I need you to build like a checkout program. And it was like, the interfaces with all these databases, it's like, well, crap, so then you gotta stop thinking like, well, how do I do this? And it's like, there's so many different ways. It's like geometry, kind of, which I actually failed. I do not understand geometry. I would get the right answer, but it'd be wrong because it took too many steps to get there. They're like, it's right, but you failed it. I'm like, fuck you. It's like, I got there. So they're like, well, you didn't do it. You could have done it in 3 less steps. So I'm like, but I still got there. So that's why I don't program. It's like, it's just too much of an annoyance for me to do. Some scripting I can't understand fundamentals of, working with the OLAP interface. So I can change the setting of the task manager process. Complicated. Yeah, it sounds like it. But it's just like, I said, for me, it's just like, okay, well, where do I start? Or how do I do this? And I spend too much time thinking about that stuff. Yeah, PowerShell is nice. I like PowerShell. PowerShell gets around a lot of problems, especially if you gotta do command line stuff. Just like basic interfacing with the computer, wanting to do certain stuff, like batching and so forth. I mean, that's how, like, PowerShell is, like, how I literally, like, do infinite ping tests. It's like, you can only, I think it can only be done in PowerShell. Let's see if this is the one here. Let's see, command line, CMD. TV for host line, while one. Yeah, you can't even copy and paste it. There used to be a way, some of them you could actually... Come on. Edit. Paste. Yeah, you can't even do that into command prompt, so you have to do a PowerShell. If it feels like freaking copying. Oh my god, it's not letting me copy and paste in my PowerShell. Maybe I need to run as admin. Either way, I'm going to stop screwing with that because it doesn't need to be messed with right now. Batch scripting, start to automate things, and yeah, like I can run scripts like that, no problem. I mean, anybody can really, but it's like writing them out myself, I'm like just not good at all. So I did my externship where we had a guy named Terry, young punk, 20, brilliant, and with the brilliance comes, you know, being a jerk and an asshole naturally, but it was just like, he thought everything was a game, and I'm like, dude, I am like twice your age, don't screw with me, just tell me or I'm gonna rip out your tongue. It's like, this is not a game. If I'm asking you a question on how to do something, it's because I don't know how to do it. Stop fucking with me and tell me how to do it. It's like, oh, okay. It's like if not, we're gonna have problems. It's like, so he'd like write scripts, stuff like that, and it's like, well, how do I, you know, where do I use this one, or for whatever. He's like, well, take a guess. I'm like, no, you're gonna tell me. It's like right now. Or you get in a computer and start messing with stuff, like, you know, remoting in through it. It's like, okay, knock it off. All right, let's pick a fight. Everybody here, just hang out in the dojo, and here comes this lunatic, Naginata, just hacking everybody up. Also, like, a weapon indicator would be good, like, for how long it's gonna, like, when it's gonna break. That wasn't, like, they didn't have that in the original either, but that would have been kind of cool to add to, like, a little more of a status indicator for when it's expected to go. Or be like Breath of the Wild, where it just breaks in one hit. And have everybody praise it. So Breath of the Wild is a fun game. I tell people to play it, but only, like, emulated on Wii U. So you can modify it. So that way, you don't have your weapons break. And then it's a very, very fun experience. A good solid 7 out of 10 game. Trying to pick up the money. There we go. Pick up the health, Blaze. Hey Jay, what's up? I do consider myself briefly graced by your presence and humbled. Good to see you, my friend. Playing some Streets of Rage 4, pointing out the flaws in it, which are not too much. Very combo heavy, which is neat. Very juggle heavy, but you do get bounced back a lot of times from enemies. Picking up things on the ground is problematic. Sometimes, like as I was trying to pick up the health earlier, you're just standing there, like just swinging around and not doing anything. It's like, please pick it up. And like maneuverability is an issue. Adam has more, but he's the only ones. Like Blaze and Axel do not have any rushing moves. You don't have any move invincibility either. So like if you're in the middle of a throw, so like the other games where you'd be invincible, you just get knocked right out of it. So it's like, okay, there's things with this game that could need more tweaking, that hopefully that will come in future patches. But because I am streaming today, I'm betting I'm going to fight Shiva now. This gives me Streets of Rage 3 vibes. Since I'm streaming today, I'm exhausted, trust me. I am going to take tomorrow off from streaming, but I will be back on, let's see, Saturday, so it'd be Monday the 4th. I'll be streaming again, be doing more Final Fantasy, just letting you know if you dip out early. Oh yeah, this is a fun game. Cherry is like my favorite character. She's weak as hell, but she's got a lot of aerial options. She reminds me of the arcade version of Alien vs. Predator. Ling Kurosawa, who was like very mobile and bounced off of people, had all sorts of cool, like, you know, aerial moves. That's who she really reminds me of. Her and Adam, I'm playing with right now, are like the best characters so far in this game. I don't know who else you can unlock, or if there are more unlockable characters outside of the retro versions, but those are like the top people. It's not a bad game. There's still problems with it that need to be fixed, and hopefully those do come, but it's not bad. It's like River City Girls. It's not a bad game if you play it on PC. If you play it on Switch, you're looking at 8 to 9, sometimes 10 frames of input delay. PC version's like 4 or 5, which is manageable. This is Shiva. Yep. Hey buddy, haven't seen you since Streets of Rage 3. Hey, still a jerk. Also, if you die, you have like infinite continues, but if you die, you start the entire stage over. Bravely Default. I loved the first game. I have not beaten it. Actually, no, I have beaten it. What am I talking about? I beat the first game, Bravely Default, liked it. 2, I played the demo of, I thought it was kind of alright, never really got into it. And then I know that they have Bravely Default 2 coming out for the Switch. But I have not tried the demo because my Switch is still glitching up, and I'll try it again. Hopefully it doesn't screw up on me, but fingers crossed. Hey, Super Trouble, what's up? Good to see ya. Welcome to the stream, or if you've been watching the stream and lurking, that's perfectly fine too. Lurkers are always welcomed on my stream. But good to see ya. Played demo of 2, nothing else. Kind of excited for it. I love the music for Bravely Default 1. That is a banger. I actually have the live concert, like the 2-hour concert. You can find it on YouTube now. But it is amazing soundtrack, and it's a fun game. It's a very Japanese grindy RPG, but it's not super grind. It's like Tales of Fantasia for Super Famicom. That is like grindy. Yeah, chibi art style, it definitely takes some getting used to. It's really kind of deformed, but you get used to it. But I found it funny. I don't know about how it was in Germany, but I know in the States that there was some quote-unquote minor controversy, like with the ages of the characters, because they have them in kind of sexual situations at points, and outfits. Outfits got altered, and ages were raised because, like, the original games were like 14 years old. Like, and they're like, they're magically 18 and 19 now. It's like... Yeah, it was a lot. It definitely grows. I've been wanting to stream it because you can play it on emulator. So I was thinking about streaming it. I've been flirting with trying to stream it for like a year, but emulator is not perfect so far. But I might give it a go one of these days just to show it off. All right, Nivix asks Wurzel, itching for some action, bro. Gotta get out of the house. What should I do? Let's see. Well, depending on your IQ level, you can always go to a crowded beach, a mouth spitting concert. That seems like fun. Arm wrestling competitions, very, very popular too. Anything where you had to touch people constantly. Maybe take up wrestling. You know, that it's a really good, you know, sport to be in contact with people out there. Actually, I would say, like, definitely even pick up bank robbing. I mean, because everybody has to wear masks anyway. I mean, they can't tell, like, if you're just, like, walking in to protect yourself or going to rob the place until it's too late. You might get away with it easier. Who's saying? Super Trouble asked me, how am I enjoying Streets of Rage 4? I like it. There are problems I've been mentioning, but it's things that can easily be fixed. Like I said, picking up items off the ground is a real major hassle. It doesn't always work. Moves don't have invincibility whatsoever. Like if you're doing a throw, you get knocked out of it constantly. Some enemies have unblockables. Like, and the biggest thing for me is dashing. 3 out of 5 characters that I have right now cannot dash whatsoever. And there are certain bosses like the first or the level 2 boss, I think it was the Commissioner. Is like you have to get at him quick, and he is like dashing across the screen, and you can't dodge his attacks. You can't interrupt him most of the time either. It's like, okay, that's an issue. However, I do, like I said, I stumbled upon like Cherry. She is like my favorite. She reminds me a lot of, if you've ever played Alien vs Predator, the Capcom beat 'em up from like 1994, I want to say it was. She kind of reminds me a lot of Lin Kurosawa, where like a lot of high mobility, in-air acrobatics, lots of cool crazy moves you can chain, bounce off people. It's a lot of fun. So I like Cherry and Adam so far. You know, Axel and Blaze are nothing too special. It seems like they have had less moves than like Streets of Rage 2 and 3. It's kind of weird to describe. It feels like they have had things taken away from them. But it's not a bad game at all. I'm enjoying it. There's problems, but it's not bad. Yeah, so Jay, you said the boss at the end of the demo for Bravely Default 2. That actually they came out and said, yeah, we made it intentionally harder on purpose. They're like, yeah, we made it intentionally hard for you to beat that boss because we want you to grind in the game. In a demo, they want you to grind and level up like a whole bunch, which is crazy to think. Yeah, you didn't notice the big giant Y building? Why didn't you notice it? And is Shiva gonna join up now?
Brother.
Yeah, Axel ate a lot of food. I commented on that. Like, he got really buff. Like, he was always buff. Like, in the original games, he was, like, well cut, muscular. But now it looks like he just had, like, another 100 pounds of muscle. He's just, like, super buff. Pardon me. What are fighting tips? I never... Wow, real complicated. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's kind of weird, like, the Bravely Default, like, the demo is like, hey, here you go, just, you know, just grind a lot and everything, because, especially when you used to have, like, timed demos, which was really weird, I hated that. Or, like, the Wii, or the Wii U, they're like, here you go, it's like, you can only play this demo 5 times, then we're locking it on your system. Why? Why would you do that? 26 had to fight, apparently. Well, yeah, he's been hitting some Slim Jims, but he still looks like he's like 250 pounds of muscle. He's running hard at me, he's really grinding to get past. Exactly. Yeah, so Cherry has like a dash and a run, which is nice. She's got acrobatic moves. You can hop on people. Just time that jump, I don't know how soon it comes, but... Say, we're beating up cops on top of a moving subway train. Who's the real bad guy here? Yeah, I am really not sure what that timing is. I mean, you can do all sorts of cool stuff with her. She is like, I am having a blast with her. You can do fun things like that easily all the time with her. Although she's just weaker. And you will frequently get anti-aired. I said it's nothing bad. It's nothing game-breaking. But it's just like there are things you can still improve upon. Like everybody at least needs to have a dash. You can do this too. Essentially beat the like first boss, just got him in the corner, just kept hopping on him. Also, I noticed, like, I found, like, the secret levels, like, secret boss fights, we'll call them, and they're all Streets of Rage 2 bosses. It's like, why don't... It's like they had the opportunity to put in, like, Streets of Rage 2, or not just 2, like 1 and 3, but it's all the bosses from 2. It's like, why did they make that decision? It's kind of odd. So, yeah. One of the games I'd kind of liken it to would be kind of like a... What was it? Streets of Rage Remake. If you've never played that, that's a lot of fun. Alright, the jump was stuck in the middle of a combo. Her. Apparently she's from the first game, because, I mean, she actually calls in support like from the first game, which is funny. She's getting a lot of anti-airs, which are frustrating. Yeah, so, like, a lot of times enemies too also just knock you, like, right out of the air. You can have your attack out. It does not matter, or it'll input read. So as soon as you touch the button, it counters, like, right there. As soon as I hit the button's attack in the air, it was, like, instantly out. See if I can get her looped. Nope. Oh my god, I called in the commissioner. Yeah, the Commissioner was like a really weird choice for a boss, because he's like the second boss. He's like the hardest one I've fought so far. He just does not care. He will just throw you out of anything you're doing. Not like that. Wow, what was that hitbox? You can get hit by your own grenade. Good to know. That's a neat magic trick. I want to know how you suspend yourself in air like that. Just cancel gravity on top of a moving train. Also, really neat stage. I did like it, like the simulated parallax scrolling in the background. And I also will touch the original games. Parallax scrolling, that used to be a thing. Alright, so let's go back. We'll try Axel again.
Back in the fight.
Don't know why, but... Senior officer, can't you see what's happening? It's like, yes, you keep beating up cops. City of corrupted city and police who want to take control of the population. It's not possible. What you're saying is... I mean, have you paid attention for the past 30 years at all during the series, lady? This place is known for corruption. Spies on the train. Hold your fire. That's an order. I don't take orders from anyone. Anime make evil bad guy. Shine. Boom. Art gallery. Yeah, that's a natural progression of place to play in a game. Yeah, so you got your burn upper, but that's it. Can't get away from barrels in time. Amayo wa mou shindaru. Yes.
You're already dead.
So apparently people bring Molotov cocktails to art galleries. I mean, that would have made the Louvre a lot more interesting by far. The golden turkey. So the soundtrack is very serviceable, but like you can tell that like there's no like real big bangers in it because there's no, call it sampled dance music from the classics. There's nothing like that in this game, so it's like it's all right, but it's nothing is catchy because Streets of Rage 1 and 2 was literally stolen music, like dance music. Which is why I've always had a problem with Yuzo Koshiro, because he's like, oh no, I made all this music. It's like, you did not make this music. You programmed it and changed 1 or 2 beats, but it's like, you did not do that. I really need, when I finish my Sega Saturn project, which I still need to get back to editing. I started that up, editing and finally putting it together. Even though I still need to write and record a Virtua Fighter 2 part, which is like the last game and then an outro. Like, I am like, because I mentioned like before, like about coding, like, and scripting and stuff, like, the biggest hassle for me is like trying to like figure out where to start, and right now, like, I'm just trying to figure out how to do the intro of my video. Oh my god. You can't dash and you're just stuck. At least they're getting hurt by it too, so. So it's like, my biggest thing is like, okay, so I was trying to edit together my video, but like, I'm not sure like how to do that. Like, so it seemed like, okay, let's have a picture here and a little joke, and then like, I don't have any other video to go with that. Like, do I just cut back to like gameplay, and then I want to cut back to another like picture joke? It's like, or example, it's like, how do I make it not jarring or like stilted or make it look really weird? I want to have like a good flow. So I'm running into that problem, like, how do I do this? Because once I get into the games and reviewing them themselves, it's not going to be an issue. I have all the video clips, I can put them in different arrangements and so forth, make the jokes drop in here and there because they're in-game, but just like the intro is going to cause me like a lot of problems, and that's what I need to get past right now. Why do grenades take so long to blow up? So one of the things I did find out about Axel, he actually has a cross-up I mentioned earlier. Like, you can direct people how you want them to, like, go. Like, once you hit them. Like, you can either have them, like, go forward or backwards. Like, right now, I'm, like, just trying to kill that lady in green who's throwing all the chemicals. You can't get it. It's like, you don't have a rush. So that's, like, the big flaw of this game, is they made it so you're supposed to have, like, fast action, and enemies are fast, but you can't move. Like, you can't get out of this way in time. I can't even catch up to the person. It's like, what the hell? I was hoping they'd hit higher too. Apparently, does not. So that's another problem, like I said, with this game. Also, picking up items. Oh, they actually worked this time. That's surprising. Yeah, video editing it really is a skill. Absolutely a skill. So I'm trying to think of, like I said, like how do I make, because I recorded like general gameplay, like, let me just pause it there so I'm gonna have to talk over the music. Like I recorded like just screwing around like filler footage, like B-roll stuff for like Road Rash, Street Fighter Alpha 2. What else did I get? Let me pull up my file for it. So I recorded a couple different things there. So just like the filler, like kind of like while you talk over like your introduction, like I'm telling the story about like how I got my Sega Saturn, like because it was like literally like Christmas time, and you know the store was literally trying to get rid of everything, and they're all like import games they had on hand, and the system came with 3 games itself. So I'm trying to explain that, but then I also have like B-roll of just playing certain games. Like I was playing, I have Panzer Dragoon, Road Rash, Street Fighter Alpha 2, and Wipeout. So my original plan was to do the intro and then have those videos kind of playing, you know, in the background while I'm talking, introducing everything. Pardon me. But at the same time, I want to have like little visual jokes. Like the first thing I start off with is like the Sega Saturn. It's like doesn't get like a whole lot of like, you know, gets more appreciation these days versus back in the 90s. And it's like basically it's like I have like 2 different shots of a video, like my Sega Saturn there, and like I'm giving it like a thumbs up. Another one's like I'm suggestively molesting like the power button. You know, it's like the Sega Saturn, you know, it gets more love, and you see me like kind of circling it there, like suggestively, go like ha ha ha, you know, things like that. You know, but then like, how do you go from there then to like a picture of like a software etc., which has been closed down, and I mentioned I don't have a time machine on the bottom. Then all of a sudden go back to like video of Road Rash, and then cut to another picture, and then back to like Street Fighter Alpha 2. It just seems like it'd be too jarring. And that's where I'm like, crap, because I've hit that problem and I need to get past it because it's the start of the video. I'm like, well, now what? So that's where I've hit my roadblock, on top of just being tired and exhausted all the time. But like, how do I get past this and make it not look like pure crap? Because I have like YouTube friends and like acquaintances who are really good at it, like, you know, like Wrestles with Gaming. It's kind of funny because he actually follows me on Twitter. It's like I'm a nobody. It's like, and he follows me and comments and talks to me about stuff. He's like, he's really excited I'm doing this video. Pandemonium Game is actually, he's reviewing every single Sega Saturn game released in the United States in order. Like, well, that lady's hiding over here. So he's reviewing every single Sega Saturn game released in the United States in order. He's offered help, like, for editing if I have any problems, like, trying to do something. Like, he said, like, reach out to me, I'll walk you through it. It's like, I have, like, Genovi is another YouTuber. He's like, let me know. He's like, directly link me when you get your video because I want to watch it. I'm just like, I'm a nobody. It's like, why do I have these people who are like, that I look up to for their retro videos? Why are they like excited for me? It's like, so now I have like the extra pressure, like, don't screw up. It's like, it's my first video doing something like this. Don't screw up. No pressure. Ooh, up. I saw it. All right, where am I going now? Mr. X, the final boss from Streets of Rage 2. Oh, it's gonna make me fight Shiva. Okay, so Shiva was number 2. At least this is classic Streets of Rage 2 music. I'll give it that. Yep. Wow, only 1 life for that. Okay. I was wondering about that. So you get like 1 life to Okay, see the thing? I just got... I have to stop and comment on this here. The item in the middle of the screen says shipping to Paris. Tell me that doesn't look like a butt plug. I mean, I can't be the only one seeing that. I mean, I got a dirty mind. My first job was in an adult quote-unquote bookstore. So I've been around that stuff and seen it before, but I'm like, that's a big, giant butt plug. You can't tell me otherwise. Yeah, not having a dash, you definitely won't get aggravating whatsoever. I'm not sure what that did, but okay. Oh, that was clutch, because if I had died, I'd have to do the stage all over again.
Cherry Hunter. Bring it on!
The Y Tower. Just broke into a sauna. Okay. Oh no, ice physics. Yeah, see, Blaze, like, Cherry, you can control her in the air, like, the fuck, her hops. But, like, Blaze pushes you back on everything. And knocks them farther away. And she, once again, she doesn't really have a dash, but she's got that, which is gonna have to do, really. So there is a way you can actually move faster with Blaze. It's the air special, but at the same time you're also losing life if you don't hit anybody anyway, like that. But you can get around faster, but you shouldn't have to be damaging yourself potentially just to try to move faster in a video game. So I forgot there's like you can also hold down the attack button against stronger ones. At least I forgot like you can do that with Blaze, but I haven't tried it with anybody else. Where those guys are going to be a lot tougher and a lot more of a problem. They're not. Ooh, look at that, Mr. Big, I think it was his name. No, Mr. X. What the hell, Mr. Big? Wrong game, wrong series. There we go. That's great. So you get like this cool kind of like 80s synth wave, like synth pop feel this level. Reminds me kind of like a Kung Fury. If you've never seen Kung Fury, it's an awesome movie. Max! Uh-oh, Evil Max. He was in Streets of Rage 2 and nothing else. For me. Wow, that is one hell of a hitbox. Yep, it's like you have infinite continues so far. But start at the very beginning of the level.
I'm no daddy's girl.
Let's try
I got
Floyd.
balls in these arms.
So that's his double tap forward move. That's his charge. Trying to pick up the apple. There we go. Ah, you can combo that in. Oh wow, that's gonna be sweet. That is awesome. So you do your charge, which is holding down the attack, letting go, then quickly double tap forward and attack. You can link those two together. That is very... That's another Link Kurosawa move from Alien vs. Predator, but just wrong character. It's like, she had that move, not the Arnold Schwarzenegger ripoff in the game. These guys are annoying because you pretty much need to throw them. And you don't have a whole lot of space to maneuver in this level, this part. Yeah, they just pull a Wajai move on me from King of Fighters. Or Fatal Fury. Garo, if you will. Hey, speaking of fighting games, I actually picked up one the other day. It was on sale for $10, which is finally at the right price to pick it up. It was Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which is where they combined the Street Fighter and Tekken games into one, and it wasn't really that great. The biggest problem, though, that a lot of people had in that game, and understandably so, was half the roster was DLC. You had to pay another $20 to get the rest of the game. The rest of, like, 20-some characters were locked away. The real scummy thing is that Capcom had those, if you bought the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360 discs, that's when it came out, it was like 2012, if you bought the game that way, all the characters were on the disc. They were already in there. They weren't like, you didn't have to like download them. These weren't like characters released later on, like, hey, we don't have the game done yet, but we're going to do like Tekken, like Season Pass, which wasn't a thing back then, but we'll do like a Season Pass for characters, like pay an extra $5 and you can buy 4 characters when they come out when they're ready. They were done and sitting on the disc. You had to pay $20 to get a 1 kilobyte download to unlock it. People were angry. I was too. That's the reason why I didn't buy it for so long. On Steam, last I saw, it was on sale for like it was like $5 just for the base game, or $10 for everything, like all stupid gems, which suck, all the characters, customization, colors, so forth. I was like, I'll add that to the collection just to have it in there. I also bought the default original Street Fighter 4, which I should stream sometime, because while you had Super Street Fighter 4, which is a better game, then finally ended up with like Street Fighter 4 Arcade, like Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. Then they ended up, the last one was Ultra Street Fighter 4. It's fun to play the original one, just because like you see how everything evolved like through the process to get to that point. Characters playing different, a different art style. It's just kind of fun to have that stuff, you know? Just like archiving things, just because it's harder to do. It's really tricky to find those games these days. So I jumped on those two things. Also I got, I think it was like the GGPO of the rollback netcode version of Garo was also on sale for $5, so I picked that up too, even though I own it on my Neo Geo arcade machine. And I think it's also on my new Neo Geo Mini International I got, which showed up in the mail today, which is currently sitting on my game shelf and will never be opened. Okay, that's like the first move I've seen that has invincibility in this game. It's a double smash. Oh, boo. Get out of here. Pick up the food. I'm just trying to get rid of the weapon, just get it out of the damn stage. Broke my throw. Broke my throw. That's mainly why I picked this guy for the stage. He's got like the best throw. It's like, no problem. Except for when that happens and you're magically flying further than you should. Be gone, fool. Also, I want a heavier hitter when I go against Max again. Alright, man. Thanks for hanging out as always. I'll be streaming on Monday. Let's see, today is still Saturday, so Sunday off. So Monday the 4th, I'll be back with more Final Fantasy VII Remake. So have a good one, Nimix. Rest up. Try to give yourself some time off. I know you're excited about your home business here, but don't burn yourself out, buddy. Don't be like me. Get a spinal fusion for no reason, but... Yeah, if you're like me, you got problems, but no, have a good night, though.
Cherry Hunter.
Max, you okay? You gave me a concussion. No. I think I'm Zangief. Don't mess with me. I'm Miss Y. Daughter of the great Mr. X. So they're controlling people with sound waves, really? That's your evil plan? Oh no, it's a Streets of Rage 3 techno music soundtrack. One where Yuzo Koshiro didn't steal any or sample any music. We had to rely on his own skill. Look what happened. What's the plot for Streets of Rage 4? You ever see the movie Kingsman? There you go. Just that a, Westboro Baptist Church getting wiped out by a secret agent scene, though. Yeah, call me Estel. You only fought me twice with my name on the screen. And we leap to our deaths because we're on top of a skyscraper. And they all splatted on the ground. To the concert! Wow. He's just standing there. I got stabbed by him just standing there? That is hilarious. Yeah, so the one thing is, like, her moves seem to link together too easily. Like, you do back attacks when you're not trying to do a back attack. tempted to do that move and you're just trying to like get up or do like a change of direction. But other than that, she's still my favorite character in this game. Just for pure mobility and function. Trying to pick up an apple. Like I said, it's like, this game is super sporadic if it's gonna let you actually pick anything up you're trying to do. Like right there, I tried to like jump and take it to the skies, like to do more combo damage, and the game's like it registered a back attack. Suddenly we're going Old Boy. Without the extreme dentistry. If you've never seen Old Boy, check it out. It's one of my favorite movies. My friend Peter would totally disagree with you on that though, and do not see the modern remake. The Spike Lee movie? No. Watch the original Korean film. Actually, I highly recommend the English dub. It's actually funny. It has a lot more humor than the original Korean version did. It's not changing anything. I've seen both. But I say watch the English dub because it's kind of funny. Like, because basically the plot of the story is a man, for whatever reason, you don't know why at the start of the movie, has been kidnapped and put in a room, like a hotel room. He's locked in there. He can't escape. It's like a prison for one. He's been there for 15 years. Then suddenly he's released. He's like let go. He's drugged. He's let go. He's been out of society for 15 years, and he's been told you have 1 week to find out who did this to you and why, or you're going back in there for the rest of your life. So he's trying to solve who put him away in solitary confinement for 15 years. Like, the only thing he had to do was, like, watch a television, and, like, he ate the same Chinese food every single day. So he comes across some street thugs, and he taught himself to fight, like, by watching boxing matches and stuff on TV, and he was, like, punching the wall. And, you know, the Korean version's like, you know, can I take these people? Like, should I fight these people? Or so, like, the English dub is like, can 15 years of imaginary fighting boxing skills really work? And it's like, you see him just ruthlessly like beat up these guys. It's like, yep. It's a lot more humorous. It's still the same thing, but it's getting more comedy across with it for the dark subject matter. But it's a great movie. I recommend it. Oops. Don't hold on to the exploding grenade. Got it. Don't get juggled by exploding grenades. So Cherry has the most mobility, of course, but she's also, like, takes the most damage. She's still a lot of fun, but... oh. I said right there, it's like, I was trying to charge attack. If you press forward and Y, you get your back attack. Which doesn't happen with any other character, just her. So keep that in mind, but... I got killed by the same wrecking ball I just hit. Not when it swung back in the middle of hitting it once.
Hunter.
Alright, we'll try one more here. It's getting very late. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours when I'm exhausted. Playing this game in my hand is literally swelling up. So, this will be the last time we do this here. And then I'll wrap it up for the night. Just giving anybody warning if anyone's watching and lurking, which everybody is always welcome to do in my stream. Alright, looks like there's one more level after this. So he's got a forward thrust kick. Okay, so it's everybody. If you have it held down, you're going to just do your back attack, your original charge. Really? That was awesome. That caught me by surprise. I ain't even mad about that. That was cool.
Sword strike. Sword strike.
And that does it for now. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I do appreciate everybody hanging around and watching and talking here with me. Special shout outs, of course, to Nimix, Jay, Super Trouble, who I don't think I've seen around the stream before, but welcome once again. And Ronnie and the always amazing T. Wallace. Thank you, everybody, for watching here. And like I said, any lurkers, anyone's watching, you're always welcome to do that on my stream. The only time I always say if there's a problem with the stream audio balancing wise or anything like that, let me know that you can go back to lurking. It's not a problem. You're always welcomed here. As mentioned here, I'm going to take tomorrow off and go back to my every other day schedule. So Sunday will be off. Monday, May 4th, I will be back to streaming, and I'll be playing more Final Fantasy VII Remake. I just started up Chapter 12, and we're about to climb the tower and see everybody die. That's not a spoiler, because that's what happened in the original game 23 years ago. You climb the tower, you find Jessie, hear her last words. I think Wedge just... Wedge just like literally falls like right in front of you, like, here's the tower, and you go splat. So we'll see how that goes with the remake, since things have been changed up a little bit more. I stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know when that is, just type that into Google, and it will tell you wherever you are in the world. You can also check me out on Twitter at Wursel555. Usually around 3 to 4 hours in advance, I'll let you know what I'll be streaming. Just going to confirm it, like I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake, but if it changes, you'll know there if I need to cancel, either due to health or my mom, who's unfortunately dying of a brain tumor. So she's not here right now at the moment, but if something comes up where we need to head to where she's being treated to, you'll always be informed there so you know what's happening. So taking a look, I'm not really seeing anybody streaming right now that I want to host at the moment. Let's just throw over to... Oh, Jesus Here's Toast. If you have not seen this dude before, he is like super, super positive. He does Bloodborne, Dark Souls speedruns. He is highly entertaining. We will do a host on him in just a second, get that set up. We'll do that in just a second. So thanks for hanging out, and I will see you all next time.